Anime deaths always feel so real and deep, right? Such characters always seem to form a bond with the audience, so whenever they die, their death hits harder than a meteorite. Yes, we're talking about the most heartbreaking deaths here. From tearful goodbyes to jaw-dropping sacrifices, these 10 heartbreaking anime deaths will hit you hard. And so with that in mind, let's dive into the list of our top 10 heartbreaking anime deaths that made us ugly cry. But before we get into it, make sure to like and subscribe. Starting off with Itachi Uchiha's death, where real men cried. Even though Itachi Uchiha was supposedly a complicated guy and a cold-hearted murderer, he still loved his little brother, Sasuke, a lot. He was involved in mass murder, but he did it with the intention of keeping his village safe. His death was truly a heartbreaking moment for all fans because they could really connect with the guilt Itachi held in his heart for every bad thing he had done. My man didn't deserve it. His death also signifies how Itachi struggled so much in his life, but in the end, he gave up everything for the greater good. For sure, Itachi was like a broken hero who did everything to keep his little brother along with his village safe and sound. During the time of his death, Itachi poked Sasuke on the forehead while telling him that it's the last time, because he always used to say, "Sorry Sasuke, maybe next time," while growing up. It was after his death that Sasuke learned from Obito how much Itachi truly loved and cared for him. This very truth led Sasuke to unlock his Mangekyo Sharingan. What's even sadder is that during the 4th Great Ninja War arc, Sasuke and us as the audience had to experience Itachi's death for a second time after Sasuke got the chance to talk and fight alongside him once more as they faced off against Kabuto. I know all you Vinland Saga fans have been waiting, so here I come to deliver. In Season 1, Askeladd served as the main antagonist of the series. It's true that Askeladd is a complex character who's like a bad guy at first, but later serves as a mentor to Thorfinn, with whom his connection becomes complicated. In their final battle, Askeladd tries to heal Thorfinn's wounds by finally understanding the pain he made Thorfinn go through and advises him to find his purpose and live beyond vengeance. This was the reason why the GOAT said he had no enemies, and it was because of this man right here. Fans consider Askeladd's death as tragic as Thor's, since Thorfinn had lived his life with the goal of killing Askeladd in his mind, but Canute took it all away from him. His death really left a deep impact and scar on Thorfinn's heart. All his life, he just wanted to get revenge, but now that his source of vengeance was gone, Thorfinn was just empty. Now, the potatoes on Paradise don't grow because their consumer died. Well, another tragic anime death is that of Sasha Blouse, a super skilled and kind soldier who was on a mission to save the world that was filled with titans. Sasha Blouse died because of that one brat we all wish we could strangle during her escape along with other soldiers from Marley. Despite being one of the coldest snipers around, Sasha was unable to harm civilians, especially children, and it was tragically demonstrated when her hesitation to shoot Gabby Braun resulted in Gabby taking her life instead. It was truly one of the saddest and sudden deaths in Attack on Titan that left fans crying hard because they simply couldn't believe she just died like that. Her last words were "meat" as she was dreaming of freedom. If that ain't one of the best final words in anime, I don't know what is. Unlike normal people and us, Eren just laughed just as Sasha died. That's because it was so traumatizing that he couldn't help but do it. Moving on, we've got Kyojuro Rengoku, one of the many Hashiras who died a really brutal death. But he died while passing on his flaming passion to the next generation. After a long fight with Enmu, the lower rank 1 demon, Rengoku was worn out. Unfortunately, in such a condition, he came across Akaza, the upper rank 3 demon, which resulted in his death. This is the infamous Demon Slayer Donut. It was a truly painful scene in anime as he served as a mentor figure to the freshies in Demon Slayer squad, including Tanjiro, who greatly admired Rengoku's powers and looked forward to learning a lot from him during their time on the Mugen train. However, Rengoku's last words were, "Set your heart ablaze." He sacrificed himself in order to protect innocent people, and his mother always taught him not to overuse his powers to hurt others, making his death one of the most heartbreaking anime deaths that made everyone cry. At least now, he's with his mother, the parent who loved him the most. Why do heroes keep sacrificing themselves? Now we have Escanor, Just like that, Escanor gave up his own life for the sake of his friends. This super strong guy was all about pride, power, and never backing down in a fight. Despite being so powerful, Escanor was unable to defeat the Demon King possessing Zeldris. So, with all of his might, he put everything he had into one attack, and man, it was just so awesome. However, the lion's sin of pride met his end during the final battle against the Demon King. The truth was that Escanor's body couldn't handle the overwhelming power of the One form. The strain on his human vessel was just too much, and he began to disintegrate. Not only was he proud, but he was selfless. Only Escanor, Meliodas, and Bon were able to face the Demon King, and because of that, they didn't have enough firepower. Even though Meliodas could have easily defeated Zeldris, he didn't want to hurt his little brother. That's when Escanor knew what he had to do. He asked Mael to give him some power one last time so that he could repay his friends and fight alongside them to finally defeat the Demon King. Before he passed away, he even got a kiss from the girl he always wanted to be with. I bet that to him, it was all worth it. And it will be worth it for you guys to hit that like button and subscribe to AJ Anime for more anime content. Malnutrition, World War II, you name it, and this anime will have every painful, brutal incident in it. Meet Setsuko, a young girl with her brother Saita, who dies due to malnutrition and sickness amidst the chaos of World War II. What makes her death exceptionally sad is her innocence and the connection made between Setsuko and the viewers. I mean, I totally thought she was gonna survive. Her bond with her elder brother was very wholesome, and seeing her leave Saita behind was one of the most painful moments to watch in the movie Grave of the Fireflies. If you want to make yourself or your friend cry out loud, make sure to watch this anime movie. It portrays the brutal realities of war and its impact on innocent children's lives, because it wasn't only her. Hundreds of thousands of families also suffered from Your Lie in April. We all know what happened here, and how it made you throw your pillow into the face of the person you were watching it with. But if you live under a rock, here's how it goes down. This anime tells us about the life of a free-spirited girl named Kaori, who has a deep passion for music and a wholesome bond with Kosei. Since Kaori suffered from a terminal illness, she never showed her real emotions to anyone and only played her instruments beautifully. Moreover, Kaori's passion and dream for music shared with Kosei add up to her tragic death. Just when things were getting good, they just had to give us one of the most heartbreaking deaths in anime that literally gives me goosebumps every time. The music, the animation, everything was perfect. Just perfect. Everyone salute the pirate Portgas D. Ace, because One Piece became 10,000 times better after his death. Aside from being Luffy's big brother, he was like our bro too. Unfortunately, we lost a true hero and legend during the Marineford War, who sacrificed his own life to save Luffy from Admiral Akainu's attack. Akainu intended to kill Luffy, but Ace, being the cool big brother, jumped in the way to save him. He became another donut, but he smiled until the very end. When Luffy sees Ace's body, he breaks down, screaming into the sky like a madman. That's the only thing he could do because he couldn't save him. Ace's death not only affected Luffy, but also Whitebeard, their captain, who felt guilty for not saving Ace. The whole crew was sad about losing their friend. They went ham with all of them heartbroken. Whitebeard almost even killed Akainu, and he deserved every last piece of that beatdown. What makes his death so sad is the fact that he was more than just a cool guy in the series. He's someone Luffy looked up to, and he always wanted to become like Ace. His tragic demise shocked not only Luffy but also the entire audience of One Piece, and that's because who would have expected anyone to die in the series?
You're right, Hughes. Maybe this is a more fitting end.
Imagine a shapeshifter takes the shape of your wife and murders you. That sounds quite creepy, right? Well, that's exactly what Maze Hughes went through while fighting Envy, a shape-shifting homunculus inside a photo booth. Hughes was such a dedicated family man who found out a dangerous secret related to the homunculi, and that led to his demise in the series. It's always the government's fault. Hughes' death was also one of the most heartbreaking anime deaths that made fans cry their eyes out because of his wholesome character. Not only was he a caring husband, Hughes was also a doting father and a genuinely good friend. What makes his death truly sad is the impact of his death on his family and friends. That one moment where Mustang said it was raining was just iconic. Even now, I completely agree with him. Yeah, Mustang, it's raining all right.
予言の子は間違いなくお前だ。
At last, we've got Jiraiya's death. Known to be one of the legendary ninjas of the Three Sannin and the mentor of Naruto Uzumaki. From their wholesome moments to the toughest days, fans have always been there to witness Jiraiya. Tragically, Jiraiya meets his demise in the series during a battle against Pain. That was the day we truly felt pain. Jiraiya faced his enemy in a tough situation. He was in enemy territory with no information on Pain's abilities. Sadly, Pain got the upper hand by attacking Jiraiya from every angle possible. Even with his Sage mode, he was no match for Pain's numbers. And to make matters worse, a surprise attack cut off his arm. As he passed away, all he could think of was Naruto, and how even if his story is ended, Naruto's tale has only begun. I was traumatized and I refused to talk to anyone for days. But that only lasted 2 hours, because I told everyone that the most heartbreaking anime death happened. We saw this man pick up our MC ever since he was a kid, and his teachings influenced Naruto so much that years after being Hokage, he still values Jiraiya. Jiraiya was like a second dad to Naruto. When he died, it hit Naruto hard to the point where he even refused to eat ramen and cried non-stop. To Naruto, he not only lost a mentor, but a father figure. But instead of giving up, Naruto got even more determined to become stronger. He wanted to make Jiraiya proud and create a better future, and so he carried Jiraiya's teachings with him on his journey. So that's our pick for the top 10 heartbreaking anime deaths that made us ugly cry. We all know that there are tons of sad deaths that happened in anime, so let us know in the comments which ones you'd put in your top 10. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more videos like this one.